What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video. And I want to talk about a team that is absolutely on fire right now. They are surging and they are potentially back to their old form, maybe, kinda. The Buffalo Bills coming off an enormous win, well, a huge win the week before, beating the Chiefs. And this past week, dropping off the visiting Dallas Cowboys. I mean, dropping them off. I think it was 31-3 at halftime, dusting a insanely hot Cowboy team. And now they're 8-6, and now they are absolutely back in the playoff race. And I want to talk about them because I'm fascinated about how this is all played out for them. Man, what a what a up and down season for the Bills, really. Um, the Bills, I mean, for years they've been like consensus championship AFC contenders. They've always been right there, like always right there, but just haven't been able to get over that hump. They come into the year with some questions. They do. All that Stephon Diggs mess in the off season. Um, they get hit with a lot of injuries to start the season. I mean, it came out the gate really, really suspect. Allen has that ridiculous first game against the Jets where he's turning it over like you wouldn't believe. Again, they get hit with a bunch of injuries on defense to Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White, and it's tough, man. They lose some really weird games. They lose a nasty Jacksonville game where they can't score any points. They lose a ridiculous game to the Patriots of all teams. They lose to the Broncos on Sunday night. They look awful against the Giants on Sunday night. It's like, ugh, like what? And everybody's got a question: what is going on with this team? Their defense had really, really been nasty, and we all know why. It's because of the injuries. But the offense was always great. And you can look at the numbers. The offense was always great. Josh Allen was great. Has always been great all season. Really, like the Bills, you look at offensive DVOA, EPA per play, even the traditional stats, yards per game, total yards, all that stuff. The Bills were way up there. It was really a really good offense. All year it was. But people would think that their offense was not good because they would have these dumb moments at bad times, like a bad penalty at a horrible time in a big spot that would kill a drive. They would have a stupid fumble somewhere, a Josh Allen ridiculous unforced turnover, like a nonsensical turnover, and then they would lose out on the drive there. But the offense would always move the ball all season. But it got so ugly that they get rid of their OC, Ken Dorsey. That was a whole thing that everybody flamed him for that. But honestly, ever since then, and even I made fun of them for it when they made that move because I thought it was insanely reactionary. But ever since then, they have been incredible. Ever since then, and since the bye week, they've been a locked-in football team. Really. They have that amazing shootout with the Eagles that they barely lose because of Jalen Hurts' heroics. Wonderful game there. But again, they look great against the Chiefs. They looked great against Dallas last week. What I really like, what I'm seeing from Buffalo, is that they are getting the running game going, which has been an issue for them for years. If it wasn't Josh Allen as the run game, they really couldn't run the ball at all. And that's what a lot of people criticize this team for, is like the offense is kind of all Josh Allen. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. They're relying on Allen too much. They're putting so much on his plate. Amidst all that, they were always a top tier offense still, even though they're putting a ton on his plate. But what I'm seeing over these past few weeks, since they made the OC change, again, they're running the ball way better. James Cook looks like a stud, like a difference maker at running back. The offensive line is playing way better. That's always been an issue for this team. I know they got a bunch of like okay players on the offensive line, not horrible players, but some weeks it would show up and it would be an issue. And now, over these past few weeks, again, since they made the OC change, the line's playing better. Josh Allen is kind of playing like just normal quarterback. He's just being a good quarterback and just running the system. He doesn't have to do a ton of mad stuff to keep them in games. And like again, the run game has been really, really good. They ran all over Dallas, and I know Dallas's run defense is not the best. Their defense is elite. If there's one thing you can't expose with them, it's running the football. And the Bills absolutely exposed that on Sunday. They dominated on the ground, so much so that Josh Allen threw 15 passes and threw for 97 yards. When is the last time that the Bills won a game Josh Allen threw for less than 100? I can't remember it. If you can, kudos to you. But yeah, it's now a diverse offense. It has multiple ways to beat teams, and that's key. That's always a great thing. That's what Super Bowl contenders have. They have versatile offenses. And that's always plagued the Bills in the past, and it's really encouraging to see that now from them, is that now the run game is real, and the pass game is always going to be great, and you still get Josh Allen's, when we need a bailout play, he can do that better than anybody in some of the most absurd ways that you'll ever see. Josh Allen is an unspeakable freak of nature, and if their record was better, he would absolutely be the MVP. Shout out to Brock Purdy. But yeah, they are rolling right now. Don't want to say they look like the best team in the AFC because the Ravens are here and they're for real. That's also a very scary team. But man, the way the Bills look, the way they demolished Dallas without Josh Allen. Imagine if Allen did a lot and they had the run game cooking as well. It's an unstoppable offense right now. And their defense, even though they are missing guys and they're lacking a little bit of talent, these guys are well coached and they locked in. They absolutely locked in on Sunday. They can have weeks where they show up and it's just enough. It's just solid enough for the offense to do what they need to do, right? So they are cooking, and it's crazy enough, they actually have a real shot to win the division. They play the Easton Stick Chargers, the Bailey Zapp Patriots, and then week 18, they do have the Dolphins in a huge game that could easily be for the division. This is what happens when you have elite quarterbacks, right? The season looks shaky in the middle, but you got this guy who's going to keep you in games, and you're going to win games that you shouldn't because he did something special. This is always what happens. This is why you can't ever write those elite guys off, and Josh Allen is definitely that. The way they're playing right now, it's mad encouraging, and they are absolutely back and dangerous. And the rest of the season, the way it plays out, it's going to be super fascinating. But I did want to shout the Bills some praise here on this show. Bills fans, Bills Mafia, let me know what's encouraging y'all. How do y'all feel? Is it sustainable? Can you beat the Ravens? You feel me? Can you beat the Chiefs? Even though you already did a couple weeks ago. Yeah. But shout out to the Bills. Shout out to Josh Allen. Shout out to Sean McDermott. They were coming for his neck around like week 7 or so. and it's nice to see them bounce back. But this has been Playoff Don. If y'all like the video, like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm gonna be out. There will be more content on the way very soon. Y'all take it easy.